Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Try to put me down on the ground, but I hate this being jealous, cause I'm the right in their minds. In their minds! Screw up with me, boy! Don't go crying in their minds! Come on, at me, boy! There's a fight in their minds!
A pleasant afternoon, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. It is Judgment Day Sunday dito po sa Philippines Football League. We are starting off the day with Philippine Air Force FC versus Philippine Army FC. Yung Airmen versus Troopers dito po. And thank you very much for joining us as you are catching the games on our various platforms. Clara Manzano here alongside Camille Rodriguez. We will bring in pitchside reporter Malia Cesar, the Philippine women's national team. Also, just like you, Cam, a big day here. Ano masasabi mo? Derby ito, di ba? Military teams.
Derby talaga to, Claro. Isa to sa mga pinakahihintay na labanan sa PFL where both teams familiar with how each other plays are going against each other today, and we are at the tail end of the season, so we expect a lot of excitement for this match.
A lot of excitement. Both teams very physical with a exciting style of play as we'll run you through our schedule also. But here's the table first and foremost. Cam, number 13 at number 14 sila. Pero there's still something to play for dito, no? Sa two teams.
Yes, a lot to play for. Ito, a 3-point win from this match will really secure their slots in the first top 10 of this league table, and that would mean an instant qualification to next season's first division.
Tama nga, may first division next year sa Philippines Football League. But other than yung top 10 na hinahabol dito ng Army and Air Force, ang hinahabol din dito is a battle for pride between the two teams. May friendly rivalry sila, di ba? Being different branches of the military. Kaya it's all to play for right here. Yung matchup na nakikita natin, or what we hear of in the AFP Olympics, dinadala nila rito sa top flight sa Philippines Football League, as we will take a look at our two teams. First and foremost, dito tayo sa koponan ni Coach Erwin Oro, the Philippine Air Force Airmen. And Cam, ano masasabi mo rito sa squad nila?
It is very encouraging for them, itong si Philippine Air Force, because they're coming into this match with a statement win. A statement win of 8-0 over Manila Monte in their last outing. And they're coming into this with a little bit more confidence. And they are with a little bit more confidence. And as we go through their previous results, they did lose against Manila Diggers FC and also lose against Garelli FC. So, like what you said earlier, a lot is on the line at hindi sila magpapatalo dito sa friendly rival nilang si Army.
Tama nga din. Actually, nakita ko sa parking lot si Coach Jobel Bermejo playing coach. He is on the bench today as a player, at yung resulta nila versus Manila Digger FC, sayang daw because they led 1-0 already early on for most of the game. Tapos bigla, nakahabol yung Digger. So a heartbreaker here. But let's carry over to the Philippine Army Troopers of Coach Boogie Margarce, who's continuing to just lead this football club again with his national team experience. At dito naman, Cam, what's there to see sa Troopers?
Nakikita natin na they are coming off a couple of tough losses, with a 4-0 loss versus Dynamic Herb Cebu, a 6-0 loss with Kai FC, and 1-0 loss versus Maharlika Taguig FC. Pero if there's anything we know about Philippine Army FC, hindi sila ulit magpapatalo. They play with a lot of pride, and of course they would want nothing more than secure that 3 points versus their friendly rivals na si Philippine Air Force.
Let's see, of course, how it will go, because there's one guy there to look out for. Jalsor the Tank Soriano. He's the only one not a trooper sa yung tangke nila sa depensa. And the big thing is, wala si Ago Ariola sa starting lineup, because we are hearing that he is coming off injury, pero posible magagamit siya bilang substitute later on in the game. So it will be all to play for in this one. Tandaan nga natin, nandun si John Celis also, yung parang partner ni Ago Ariola sa kanilang dynamic duo. So it looks like he will be very busy for them. Pero tandaan nga natin, team effort ito, and Philippine Army have been able to show us their capabilities itong season with all the character building. Yung mga close losses, may mga takeaways dun, di ba? As we will take it pitch side to Malia Cesar for a report.
Now
as we are closing in already, and it looks like the skies have cleared for us at the stadium. A lovely sight to see, of course, the Manila skyline, and we are starting to hear the Philippines Football League anthem. Once again, it is Philippine Air Force FC and their arch rivals, Philippine Army FC Troopers, right here on the big stage, the Philippines Football League.
True.
At ito na ang match officials natin for this military derby. Si Raymart de los Santos ay ang referee. Ang assistants niya ay sila Brian Buergo and KB Nanyola. Si Crismel Cayabyab ay ang fourth official. Si Ravelo Saluria ay ang referee assessor. At si Karin Ann Kaliway ay ang ating match commissioner. And we do see mga team captains natin. Para sa Philippine Air Force, si Romeo Martinez Jr. At si Yok Besite of Philippine Army FC. Ni Roro Tito iniikot yung captain's armband sa Air Force, pero throughout the whole season, si Yok Besite ang captain and veteran of Philippine Army FC, a national team player back in the day. Tandaan nga natin si Yok Besite, Cam, yung teammate ni Coach Boogie Margarce during the playing days, of course. But here's the starting 11 ng Philippine Air Force, and what do you have to say dito?
May kita natin na ang Daliarte brothers ang mag-anchor dito sa Air Force with both of them both in attack and the midfield line, and we see that they will be powered and supported by the likes of Lecoto, who is a newcomer for this game but would prove to be very valuable for this team. Philippine Air Force FC.
At yan nga ang Philippine Air Force in their white. At lipat naman tayo sa yellow and green squad na ang Philippine Army Troopers. Let's take a look sa kanilang starting lineup. Naka 4-4-2 formation dito. Wala si Ago Ariola. And what's there to see in this starting lineup?
We could see that there is the likes of the captain. Andyan si Basite sa gitna, si Celis na sa kaliwa niya, si Badia at Sumailo in the midfield with Gatinao and Decena leading up front, and Soriano being that tank in the middle, anchoring that defense. So a lot of players, and if there's anything that Philippine Army FC will prove, it is that they can play with pride. At pride talaga ang labanan dito between Armed Force and Air Force rather, and Philippine Army FC.
There are 3 Delariartes on the pitch. Yung Delariarte brothers na si John and Jed for Air Force. At nandun si John Kent, yung pinsan daw nila with Philippine Army FC. John Kent Delariarte used to play also for Philippine Air Force in the 2019 PFL. Yan ang naalala ko. As we do see Jed, who's about to kick off this match. Kick-off, ramdam ko na yung atmosphere dito. You know it's a rivalry game, right? Air Force again, naka-white o puti.
Talagang pinaramdam ng community netong si Air Force ang kanilang suporta, and this is what's beautiful about the PFL, 'di ba? Hindi lang siya game, pero ito din ay isang meaningful event between two teams who know each other, who are familiar with each other, and now get the chance to play against each other in the top flight Philippine Football League, the PFL.
Sa gitna nga ang bola sa ngayon, because there was the stop mula kay John Kent Delariarte. As expected nga, si Yok Besite ang officer in charge sa central midfield. At nasa kanan ang bola ngayon. Hinahabol nila Sumailo at may throw in ang Troopers. Throw in taken. Roy Kent Bedia, former or also a player with professional experience. A former Green Archers United player, katulad ni John Celis at Ago Ariola. Pero unsuccessful sila doon, kaya ito na.
Ito ang kagandahan ng liga, no, na kahit na iba yung format this time around, it gives them the opportunity to come back in the league, and it is exciting opportunity for both teams to compete against each other and compete against the best in the country.
And tandaan nga natin, mga servicemen sila. So, with this matchup, of course, you're also paying tribute to them and the servicemen for protecting our country, of course, ang Pilipinas.
Absolutely.
Kita nga natin, offside si Angelo Obero. Nagkamali sila ata sa timing pero okay daw ang effort. Sayang doon kasi babalik ang bola bigla dito sa Philippine Army Troopers. Kita din natin yung mga players ng Menjola. Playing in the next game sila Ahmed Hajimadi and company.
Oh, it's gonna be, we are at the tail end of the season, klaro, no? Mayroon tayong tatlong laro, tatlong labanan na mangyayari today. At ito, to start us off, what better way than a derby, di ba?
Ayun nga yung military derby. May mga rivalry dito din sa Pilipinas, no? Alam natin, may mga Lasal Ateneo, may Air Force Army din tayo. Let's not forget.
And it seems to be a rivalry known in the likes of time na hindi lang to bagong rivalry, but they do have a lot of history against each other. And really, really good to see as a Philippine football fan na nakabalik sila dito sa PFL at, they get to continue playing football.
Pwede nga natin sabihin, katulad ng UFL days, no? May Army,
Oo.
may Navy din, and Air
Yes.
Force.
Yes, and if anything, alam ko, ako, player ako ngayon ng Philippine football at kilala ko yung mga teams na to and I know how they play. One word sticks out to me and it is, tigasin sila, hindi sila magpapalaban at this is a quality for both the Air Force and the Philippine Army FC.
Tama, both teams are physical, as we know. Yung question natin sa coaches, no? Coach, mag-adjust ba kayo kasi physical din yung kalaban?
Oo, yun na highlight nga ni Coach Erwin Oro. I think for both coaches, alam nila na magiging physical tong laban. Pero yung nag-stand out sa akin, sasabi ni Coach Oro na wag magpadala sa physicality of the game na kahit magiging rough, kailangan discipline pa rin daw dapat. And,
Tama.
they are used to discipline. They are service men of our country. So this is something that they are used to.
Discipline nga is the name of the game, no? Day in and day out. Yan ang ina-apply sa service nila and in their duty. What more, no? Dinadala nila to the football pitch. Mga life lessons, no?
Yes. Now we see a promising attack by Philippine Army FC on the flank. We have the likes of number 28, Celis. Ito na nga yung sinasabi natin na siya yung magiging isa sa mga key players sa laro na ito. And we saw how he was able to dribble on the left side, winning them a corner right now.
At kita nga natin, someone who is here to join or to catch the action, si Coach Tom St. Feet ng Philippine Men's National Team, no? Here in attendance again, also in attendance yesterday sa mga PFL games. Pero may chance dito ulit, pero no good.
At ito yung maganda, no, na yung PFL, opportunity siya maglaro para sa mga Philippine football players, pero opportunity din para sa kanila ma-scout ng mga coach na tulad ni Coach Tom. And that's what's exciting. He gets to see the different styles of play that the Philippine teams and club teams are able to show here in the league.
Back in the day, no, yung mga or majority of the national team players, taga-military sila.
Yes. You have the likes of Arneta, diba? Yung mga talagang key players, mga homegrown, na they do play a specific way. And, as someone who's also homegrown, they inspire me. Kasi, wala silang pakialam kung ano man ang mayari, pero pursigido sila sa style of play nila. And, as a fellow football player, ito yung mga nakaka-inspire ma-witness.
Alam natin, pumasok na yung generation mo of players, right? And then, back in the day, yung generation nila Chiefy Caligdong, Ayan Araneta, Sorianti Barsales. Barsales also playing recently. He came out of retirement and played for Philippine Air Force sa Copa Paulino Alcantara, actually.
Yes. And now we have a set piece lined up.
Let's run through the Philippine Army list later ng mga players. Pero may set piece nga, Cam. Siguro magiging pasa ito, no?
So we see now Air Force being patient na kahit na panalunan ni Air Force yung bola, hindi tumigil ang Army.
We apologize for any technical difficulties. Pero kita nga natin, the ball is in the middle. So yung list ng mga former Philippine Army players or players they did get to produce no back in the day. Nandun sila Roel Hener, yung kapatid niya si Ronel also is actually an assistant coach na sa staff ni Coach Boogie Margarce. Si Roel Hener, Miracle in Hanoi Ascal also, just like Coach Boogie. And let's not forget, active player pa rin, last but not the least, si Coach Ed Sacapanyo, playing goalkeeper coach of Taguig FC. Kita nga natin, dumaan siya dun sa pipeline of the military teams. Si Coach Edsa, goalkeeper coach ng national team ngayon, no? Yan yung parang changing of the guard.
Yes, at yun yung maganda, no? May continuity, kumbaga. At ang maganda ay they're still helping, diba? Their teams that they paved the way, but also at the same time continuing the work that they're doing and allowing others to follow their path.
Parang sinasabi rin, no, Cam, tuloy ang laban, right, in fighting for the country.
Yes, now we have Obero with the ball and the shot by number 34, Lecoto.
Ayun nga, Lecoto getting a shot, di ba? Sabi ni Coach, player to look out for siya.
Oh, ito sa yung isa sa mga players na in-identify ni Coach Oro, and
We will take it pitch side. We have an update from Aliyah Cesar.
This game between Air Force FC and AFP Olympics. For both coaches, this match is a must-win and most awaited game. Coach Boogie shared his sentiments na bawal sila magpatalo as there is a lot of pride on the line. After losing their lead striker versus Cebu, they will make up with intensity for the chance to finish top 10. Coach Oro expects physicality in this match, but they must remain disciplined. He will look to the Dalariarte brothers today. Friendships will be set aside during this match, but Coach Oro's message to both teams is good luck. Back to you, Claro and Cam.
Okay, Cam, ha? Kahit rivalry, good luck daw, sabi ni Coach Coach Erwin Oro. Not just to his team, yung airmen, pati yung troopers, grabe, no? Yung camaraderie, sportsmanship, all of the above.
yes, I was just about to say camaraderie nga ang message dito dahil etong dalawang teams magkakakilala to. They possibly train in the same, area, kahit iba-ibang kampo. They are more or less in the same team, diba? Philippine
Same
team.
area. Oo,
Same area.
Tama. As it's on the left now, Belgira. We see a man get floored. Physicality, as we see, sabi natin, no? Physical talaga yung mga players dito.
Yan ang kapitan ang nahulog sa ground, pero okay lang. It gives them an opportunity to have a free kick.
Yung intensity ng game dito, yung intensity ng mga fouls, parang pang playoffs na di ba?
Oo. Pero yung mga fouls dito parang with cause naman, hindi siya mga irresponsible fouls. These are fouls that are still pretty clean. And it just shows that discipline that we were saying earlier between both teams. It can be physical, but at the same time, ang nangingigbabaw pa rin ay ang disiplina at syempre ang pagsasama ng dalawang koponan.
Tama. So, parang yung fouls may pagka-tactical, di ba? Iniisip nila yon. Uy, magpa-foul ba ako dito dahil sa itong senaryo, naiwan ba ako?
Tama.
At offside na naman ang tawag dito. Medyo sobra yung excitement dito, no?
So you could see that Army is preparing themselves to head forward, but Air Force, as part of their tactics, held their defense line high to catch them offside. At sa mga hindi pa masyadong familiar kung ano yung offside, this is when you receive the ball behind your opponent's defense line. Hindi pwede yon. At kung mangyari yon, titigil ang laro at yun yung nakita natin. The opponent gets the ball right after.
Ayun, sakto rin. May offside 101 tayo, no? In this game.
Usually kasi yun yung rule na kailangan i-explain ng onti pa para sa mga manunood. And okay lang, I am very always eager to help more people understand the beautiful game of football.
O nga, coach ka rin, no? In the youth level. So I think coach dapat ng tawag natin sa'yo. as is the case with a lot of our colleagues, no?
Yeah, so Deliarte making that forward run. Unfortunately, the pass was a little bit too strong, but we see the intent na gusto nila. Tulad ng kanilang kalaban ay umusad paharap.
Check na natin yung leading scorers. Bawat koponan dito. Si Jed and Jan ay ang leading scorers ng Philippine Air Force. Siguro masaya sa Deliarte household, no? May Jed and Jan, tapos yung pinsan nila si Jan.
Yes.
At may chance rito sa kaliwa. Cutback, pero dito wala. Muntik na dun. Mukhang hindi masaya si John Celis dun.
What a great opportunity by Celis there, where his teammate cuts the ball back and we see him have a free shot on goal. Really good opportunity. Medyo nanghihinayang siya. Alam niya kung ano yung ibig sabihin kung makagol sila. Pero we've seen John Celis in the past few attacks of Army na siya yung nasa gitna nun. So he will be one of those players to watch out for Air Force.
So, yung leading scorers nga, sila Jed and Jan for Philippine Air Force this season. Si Jed may 5 goals, si Jan may 4.
Yan yung tinatawag natin na sibling rivalry din. A healthy competition between both siblings.
Siguro naglalaro din ng football sa loob ng bahay. Kahit bawal. Don't do that, of course. Doon po kayo sa labas, mga bata. Pero yung scorers naman, sa Troopers, si Ago Ariola with 5 goals. Yung may 4 is John Celis. Sabi nga natin kanina, sila ang dynamic duo dito for Coach Boogie Margarce. At tandaan nga natin si Coach Boogie Margarce, isang former national team player. Pinasok siya sa Miracle in Hanoi, which was 14 years ago. At nanalong Philippines nga versus Vietnam, and that just revived Philippine football.
Yes, that was a pinnacle moment of Philippine football. So maganda yung insight na madadala ni head coach Nestorio Margarce dito sa mga manlalaro niya, because he knows what it takes to achieve something as historic as that. And I'm sure he would have many insights for his team, especially headed into this derby.
Delikado yung free kick na yun, pero nakuha ng Air Force defense. One thing I noticed dito, Cam, sabi mo nga yung disiplina, no, ng mga military teams. Yung discipline ng Philippine Army, ina-apply nila dito with a very high backline on defense. Na-notice ko yan actually in the other games also, kaya nahirapan yung mga kalaban nila.
Oo, good catch, Claro, no? So, ang ibig sabihin nito, si Army, they allow the space to be smaller. So, when the space for their opponents is smaller, it makes it more difficult for their opponents. And that is one of the tactics that teams use, diba, to help control and manage the game that they have.
So parang may traffic, no? Kaya sinasabi nila, back in the day, traffic ang EDSA with Coach EDSA and Philippine Army.
Really good run there by Gatinao, creating an opportunity for his team. Unfortunately for them,
May bantay doon versus Roy Kent Bedia.
Bedia just waiting. Makikita natin doon, hindi siya masyadong mahulit doon sa position na yun. He was just waiting for that cross to come in, and it did. But in that moment, at that time, na-anticipate ng defender ng Air Force.
At mukhang may cooling break tayo. I just saw sa left side ng screen natin, nag-shake hands sila Jalsor Soriano at Coach Erwin Oro. Mid-game pa lang. But may pito tayo. There is a cooling break kasi medyo mainit nga ang panahon natin dito sa Rizal Memorial Stadium in Manila. First 15 minutes, Cam. And do you have an assessment dito sa ating laro?
Yeah, it seems to be a pretty close match. Pantay-pantay pa sa ngayon, pero may mga moments of brilliance for both teams. So we just saw there earlier where Celis had an open shot in front of the goal, which was the best opportunity for his team, Army, no? And at the same time, we saw that Air Force had their own opportunities, but again, there's still 30 more minutes for this match to go and a lot still to play for. And something that can differentiate both teams is how they manage this heat. So weather really is one of those factors that Philippine football players and football players in general need to know how to play in.
So yung possession 42 to 58 lamang ang Army dito. Pero can we ask, is Army using their possession properly or may pagkakulang pa ng konti?
May kita natin na they do play out from the back, meaning may pasensya silang pinapakita habang inaakyat yung bola, which has been pretty positive for them. They've had 2 to 3 attacks where they're able to have a half chance, meaning an almost attacking chance, diba, for their team. They have been utilizing that left side very well with the likes of John Solis on the left. It seems to be working for them, and I feel like in the next 30 minutes, ito yung ika-capitalize pa nila itong si Philippine Army FC.
At so far sa itong laro, 1 corner kick for Philippine Army FC, 0 ang Philippine Air Force. Total shots, 1 each pa lang din, no? Pero nandun yung mga chances. Chances yung mga almost opportunities, as you said, or at chances where they almost pave way to a shot, no?
Yes.
Pero may mga panahon or times walang shot because nandun ang depensa, 'di ba?
So dito natin makikita na pantay-pantay nga kahit sa stats, it seems to be pretty level. And when games are pretty level like this, it is also a game of who is able to be most composed in front of the goal.
As there was that denial mula kay Zaldi Abraham, si Celis na nag-cross ng bola for the troopers. Nasa kaliwa ang bola ulit. Trying to play Celis. At sayang, offside ulit ang tawag natin dito.
There was one moment there where Celis thought about going in front of the goal, but unfortunately, again, yung sinabi mong disiplina ni Air Force, no? Kitang-kita dun sa moment na yon na they caught Celis offside. At ito yung isa sa mga tactics na ginagamit ng team, what you call an offside trap. Na dapat sabay-sabay kayo as a defense line umakyat para maiwan yung mga strikers na sumusubok, di ba? Umatake sa likod ninyo.
Parang mahuli sila, no? So it's discipline versus discipline. Physicality versus physicality. Army versus Air Force.
It's everything you want in a match and more, especially for each other.
And tandaan nga natin, they said they still have yung AFP Olympics where the branches of the militaries will go up against each other.
Oo,
So maganda, more than one matchup or more than one instance, no, maglalaro ang dalawang koponan natin.
At dito mo makikita na magkakakilala nga sila at it's all in good faith, pero nag-stand out sa akin yung sabi ni Coach Oro na magkakakilala sila, good luck sa both teams, but they would want to go home with a win because again, Claro, both teams are still ranked 13th and 14th, and they both need to finish in the top 10 of this league in order to progress to the next season where only the top 10 stays in the first division and the rest goes into second division.
There you go. Tandaan nga natin, hinahabol nila ang top 10 finish to add to that battle for pride. Baka may gusto mo i-shoutout, Cam, sa comments natin.
Oh, hello to all the ones watching right now in our YouTube page for Philippine Football League. You could also catch this match on the Facebook page of the Philippine Football League. We have a lot of supporters. Sabi na nga ng isa na welcome daw to AFP Derby, the longest derby in Philippine football.
Parang tama nga, no? The military protecting the Philippines. Siguro since the beginning, no? The beginning of time din naman, but the start, of course, of our independence. And even
Yes.
before, when the Philippines was a colony. Here comes the cross. Hit out mula kay De La Riarte. Hindi nga si Jan or Jed, ba si John?
That was a save by Daler Yarte. Unfortunate for Air Force that walang sumunod dun sa rebound na yun kasi sinuntok nga ng goalkeeper palabas, at kung may isang tao na galing Air Force na nandun ready to have that rebound, as we could see here, that could possibly be a really positive opportunity for Air Force. Medyo na delay lang, pero this is something they have to quickly learn as the game pans on to make the most out of these opportunities that we just saw right now.
In that dangerous chance, kita natin, si Jalsor Soriano nag-clear ng bola. Their main man on defense. Nasa kanya ang bola ngayon. He did play for Loyola and Kaya also. So, isa siya dun sa mga experienced professional players nila. Actually, other than the De La Riartes, may mga bedia sa Philippine Army FC. Nandun si Roy Kent, wearing number 31, at si Mark Anthony but is not playing. Si Mark Bedia actually goalkeeper din. And he was man of the match sa Army versus Mindiola matchup. Tapos nanonood yung tito niya, na si Elmer Lacnet Bedia, Mr. Football himself, no?
It really is a football family affair dito para sa mga Bedia. And I could say a lot, you could say that as well for a lot of the football players here, where it is a small community, but thankfully, with the growth of Philippine football, hopefully a bigger community. So sa mga nanonood or nagsimula pa lang suportahan ang Philippine Football League, welcome. And for those who have been supporting the league, thank you for continuing to do so.
Sabi nga natin, or as we know, support local football. Isa yan sa mga
Yes.
hashtags, of course, used by the community year in and year out. As Abraham resumes play. Abraham actually did play his football with UST in his collegiate days. Kay Celis naman sa kaliwa. As of late, Cam, umatake ang Army sa kaliwa or sa left wing.
Yes, as we saw in the first 23 minutes, they seem to be finding that vulnerability on the right side of Air Force. And you could also attribute it to their key player, Celis, being on their left side. So meaning, minamaximize nila itong opportunity na to. And what's good and what's standing out for Philippine Army is that they have been connecting their passes, meaning they're able to have possession and find the open pass. But unfortunately here, a tough challenge by Dormon, number 15.
Tama, si Neil Doremon. Playoff foul, tawag nga natin dito.
So let's see it here again. Ayun. Hindi pwede yon yung nakataas yung cleats or yung sapatos mo pag nagcha-challenge ka ng isang opponent habang naglalaro.
At dahil doon, may free kick sila. Sa tingin ko, Cam, alanganin to sa shot, no? Medyo malayo or it's a bit far.
Oo. Pag ganito kalayo, ang free kick na na-reward sa'yo, usually it's a play that you would have to utilize. So let's see what plays Air Force prepared for this match for distances like this. So usually, when the ball is far out like this, it would be the target would be that space behind, that yellow line that we see right now with Army holding up the Air Force line. So yun yung magiging space for Air Force players to run into. So let's see what they have here for us.
So mukhang hahabulin nila yung bola, no? For an attacking opportunity or a chance to get a shot. Ito na ang pito natin. Let's see how this will develop. Will Air Force score? Will Army get the stop? Pero sayang dito, outside yung bola. Mukhang sobra ata yung pasa, as we saw.
Mukhang shot din ata yun, Claro,
Shot
from
pala.
afar. De La
Grabe,
Riarte. With that, he seems to have decided to go for it. And at one point, it looked like it was gonna go in. But it was a little bit far off the goal. But very brave move from De La Riarte. At ito yung sinasabi natin na maging characteristics nila kung bakit sila ay magiging mga change makers dito sa laro nila.
Jan De La Riarte going for goal number 5 this season and searching for first blood. Yun nga, gusto habulin ni Jan De La Riarte. Yung goal tally siguro. Kasi so far, si Jed nga ang kapatid niya, may 5 goals.
Yes, and I'm sure at the end of the day, ang kanilang focus ay kung sino man ang makaka-first blood.
Abraham got left behind. Medyo nagmamadali siya ngayon. Last ditch save dito pero nakakatakot yun. Yung nangyari para sa troopers.
Oo, we had number 99, Ryan Anthony Decena with that encouraging beat. He tried to beat this keeper Abraham. The touch was a little bit too strong. He did save the ball inside. And sabi nga niya, sorry, sorry. Pero para sa akin, maganda yung opportunity because it instills a little bit of fear. Mag-iingat na onti ang Air Force dahil nagkaroon sila ng opportunity where that striker, si Decena, beat the keeper.
At dahil dun nga, may corner kick sila. Si Yok Bisita ang in charge dito. At ito na nga ang service. At may banggaan sa loob ng goalkeeper box. Si Adriel Belgira yan at isang Philippine Army trooper. Siguro masakit din yun dahil turf, no?
Yes. And may kita natin dito yung banggaan. Tough challenge for me, Claro. But I don't think it would merit any fouls. But again, we are careful when it comes to the head. Kaya nga may nakita natin yung medic dito, tinetreat ang player ng Army FC na nasa ground pa sa
From what
ngayon.
I'm seeing, I think it's Jalsor Soriano, actually.
Hopefully it's nothing serious because we do still have 20 more minutes of the first half to go. But what's encouraging to see here is that, alam mo yun, kahit na Army yung nakahiga sa ground, ang mga, Air Force, mga kasamahan nila sa Air Force ang tumutulong din. So ito na yung sinasabi natin, camaraderie, claro between both teams.
Also the sportsmanship that we see now, of course, helping up Jalsor. And of course, yung mga members of the military are well trained, right? Also with such skills. And that's great to see here. But we hope Jalsor is okay. Crucial player nga siya dito sa troopers. But if Jalsor is shaken up or if anyone is shaken up, that's gotta hurt. Masakit yun talaga, right? Because all of these people are built tough, as we know.
Yes, and of course, football is a contact sport. It is something we expect to happen, but we do not wish for it to happen to the players.
So, expect the unexpected. Be prepared.
Yes, just that. And we see him there jogging to re-enter the match. So, very encouraging sign dito para kay Philippine Army FC to have their trooper back, Jalsor Soriano.
Don't forget, he's the tank.
May dahilan kung bakit yun yung tinatawag mo sa kanya, Claro.
The tank because of Jalsor's solid play. At dahil troopers na nga ito, sige, siya na lang yung tank. Di ba nakikita natin sa mga movies or sa mga libro natin, may mga tanke din yung mga sundalo. So si Jalsor na lang, of
Yung
course.
para sa kanila, yes.
Won't be a tank, right? Of course. But at the end of the day, the official moniker or yung official moniker nila is the troopers, right? So, cooling break number 2. And let's check on our weather forecast right now. But it's no surprise, Cam, no? Na may cooling break tayo.
And 2 cooling breaks at that. I think after a certain temperature, we would need these cooling breaks.
So, it is 33 degrees Celsius right now as per our weather report. Pero yung feel daw, 39.
Oo. Talagang kailangan i-manage yung laro at ito yung isa sa mga paraan kung paano minamanage ng PFL ang laro na to because, this just says that the league cares for the well-being of the players and cooling breaks is the best thing to do, especially in the hot and humid weather we have here in the Philippines.
Tama. And there is no precipitation for the next 60 minutes or so. And
Bilad din ng ating mga players ngayon. Walang mga ulap na nagbibigay sa kanilang shade. Minsan nasa player, yun yung gusto mo na mainit man pero minsan may shade dahil may dumadaan ng mga clouds.
tama.
Pero dito may hita natin talagang tanghaling tapat ang mga manlalaro ng Air Force at Army FC.
That's right. As we would like to remind you that Star Polaris is the official match ball of the Philippines Football League. May times din actually yung shade ng grandstand nandung sa field. So So siguro madaya yung mga players kung nasa side sila of the shade.
Yes, yan yung mga wingers. I'm a winger as well and I can attest to that.
So may mga panahon na, yay, nandito ako, I'm here on the side of the grandstand, there's shade. So my play resuming, we are goalless. Pero Cam, any team here dominating our game, what do you have to say? Or ano yung assessment mo?
For me, it seems like Philippine Army FC has been doing a good job connecting their passes. Nagpapasa-pasahan sila, naghahanapan sila. And as of late, in the past 30 minutes, they have had more encouraging chances in front of the goal. At least 3 to 4 that we've seen in the past 32 minutes. So I would say momentum is slowly starting to build and it's a matter of finishing those chances in front of the goal. And you would want that as a team, no, na you head into the halftime na kayong angat.
And things are continuing to get physical here.
Monterona on the ground.
Tama.
Tough challenge by Lecoto.
Shot so far in this game, 2-1 in favor of the Airmen. Here's the replay.
Nakita natin, Lecoto dragging an Army player on the ground, Monterona. At sa football, physical nga siya pero hindi mo pwedeng i-extend ang iyong kamay, hindi mo pwedeng i-drag or ihila pababa ang iyong mga opponents.
Ramdam ko yan mamaya, kanina yung bagsak. Even though we only saw the replay.
Right. Now we see Air Force trying to find each other, but a good opportunity here to build up. But we see number 99, Decena, going for that high press, disallowing Air Force to really build out from the back.
Besite, long ball. Pumiping-pong ang bola. Busmion, binigay kay Bronda. Salenga. Long ball daw ulit dito. A chance now up front kay Jed. Pero hindi offside ang tawag, mukhang foul, sabi ng ating linesman.
That looked like an opportunity with potential, Claro. May kita natin a long ball from the defense line of the Air Force. A control by the Lariarte. If that was a little bit more in front, iwan ang dalawang Army defenders doon and it would be the Lariarte one-on-one with the goalkeeper. A good position that he would want to find himself in.
As we know, that is what they like to do, yung De Lariarte brothers. Using their speed.
Yes.
Mukhang ulitin itong free kick, no? What Air Force answering back now, trying to get momentum. As we see Romeo Martinez Jr., a long-time member din dito sa Philippine Air Force football team. Mukhang may miscommunication doon ang Air Force. Bronda. Over to Salenga. Vital nga ang role dito nila Bronda and Romeo Martinez Jr. Pero nandun ang depensa ng troopers. Besite. So sino man nanalo kaya rito or who will take the first goal?
Yeah, Besite really good there finding his teammate. Dalawa yung naka-depensa sa kanya pero nahanap niya yung pass to his team, that opening, and that's something you expect from a center midfielder like Besite, especially him being the captain of Philippine Army FC.
At mukhang umangat ang intensity natin dito with that foul against the troopers. They are creeping back into this game.
Something you expect from Air Force. Again, possession has been more towards Philippine Army FC, with them having 60% of possession so far and Air Force having 40%. But again, as we know, football isn't just about who has more possession, but who makes the most chances and finishes it in front of the goal.
Mukhang may friendly fire nung una between the airmen and the potential non-call that they were disputing.
Yes.
Kahit physical nga yung mga players, there are rules that they have to play by, but there's a chance here. John Kent de la Riarte lets this one roll out.
Positive opportunity there created by number 5, De La Riarte of Air Force FC. Hinanap niya ang winger niya. And it was a good switch of play, but unfortunately, the pass was a little bit forward for the teammate.
Check na natin yung mga well-wishers. Sabi ni Sarah, go Army, bato ha?
Meron din daw, Pat Mendoza, pa-shout out.
Ayun. Good afternoon, Pat. Tapos si Peter, good luck Philippine Air Force. At offside ulit dito. Mukhang excited talaga yung mga players natin umiscore ngayong hapon.
Siyempre, mainit ang panahon pero umiinit na rin ang laro para dito sa Air Force at Army FC. And I think at the end, it is really about who has more composure as we see here the replay where again, offside has been called against Air Force.
As we know with the airmen, they like to get the ball into the danger zone and take our breath away
Yeah.
with the way they play. Just like this. Yung Army naman, gusto nila artillery strike.
Yes. Lecoto trying but out-muscled by his defense.
None other than the tank. Here's the
I
replay.
set that up for you, Claro, because that's for you. As we see here, good use of the body. Lecoto just inserting his body in between Lecoto and the ball. So really, really good move from the tank.
Aeroplano versus tanke. Yun. Chalsor showing sportsmanship in the heat of the battle. But this one again, a physical affair. Possibly kaya this game will be down to whoever can out-muscle the other.
Possibly, Caro. Again, we knew this was going to be a physical match. And we see a loose pass there.
Sa gitna nga kanina, may konting tulak eh. As this was taken by Roy, dispossessed and down. Pero mukhang walang foul dito. Bronda. Pero outside ito, sobrang kanyang tira, but Roy Kent Bedia is down.
That's a good positive moment for Air Force that they were able to dispossess Army. Makita natin dito ngayon si number 44, Salenga, finding the middle to his teammate and then having that shot right way outside of the penalty box. So possibly earlier, whoever outmuscles the other could be the winner, but I think at this point, whoever has the most composure as well. Kasi nakita natin doon, wala naman siyang kalaban sa harap niya. So baka pwede pa niyang i-push either to attract a defender or have a better angle on goal.
Ito nga yung replay. Yung banggaan kanina.
We see that through ball way out of the penalty box. A shot. An ambitious shot.
Kulang sa target practice.
But could be improved pa, diba?
Army will roll the dice. Pero may back and forth nga, na nga dito sa midfield. With what you mentioned, of course, composure. To make sure they use their chances kasi medyo mahirap, no? Or it is difficult to come up with chances. And if you get them, you have to use them. Like this one here. Safety first. Yung clearance. Pumunta sa grandstand natin. Yan ang artillery strike. Courtesy of player number 30 of the Troopers na si Sumaylo. Sumaylo has been solid in this game also, as we saw. Very hard-nosed. Army bringing it up. Na kay Doremon. Doremon pa rin. With space. May mga kakampi. Still evades the defense now. Chance for the Troopers. Pero okay ulit ang depensa dito ng Air Force.
Ang nakikita natin dito si Army, dinadala nila sa baseline at hinahanap nila ang cutback. Pero may kita natin na yung Air Force defense line, medyo organized sila na nasa linya sila. So baka ang pwede nilang gawin, mas cross ang hahanapin nila kaysa sa cutback.
So sa sitwasyon na yon, it seems like the cross will work better, right? Than the cutback based on your experience also and what you witnessed. Pero may corner kick dito ulit.
Kaya okay pa rin, klaro. Kasi nasa kanila pa rin ang possession.
Ayun. Corner so far favoring Philippine Army. Second corner here for the Troopers. At mukhang si Yok Bisiti nga bilang veterano ay ang designated corner kick taker. May chance mga ulit. Celis. Switch naman daw dito kay Roy Kent Bedia. Mukhang okay nga si Roy. Cut back nga ulit. Na-cleared off to the middle. At ito na nga, it's a foot race. Nagmamadali ang Troopers din kasi wala sila sa depensa. Chance here, unselfish play! And that's the first goal of the game. Philippine Air Force getting it. Damdam nga natin ang atmosphere dito.
Really unselfish play there by Air Force. We saw a good counter-attack by number 17 and number 34 of Philippine Air Force. And we see what it means to them. Lecoto showing composure, showing what he can do in front of the goal. May kita natin. Really good pass by Deliarte. Setting up another Deliarte, number 17, looking to shoot. Pero outside of the foot, laid off and set his teammate up. Lecoto on the side, and it is 1-0 for Philippine Air Force.
Sabi nga ng Deliarte brothers to Lecoto, you can be my wingman anytime. Assist. Sabi nga ni Coach Irvin kanina, si Lecoto ay ang extra option here in this game. Ngayon lang daw siya gagamitin or ipapasok sa laro, but he's been training with them throughout the course of the season.
Nakakatuwa na as a team sila nag-celebrate, di ba? Masaya sila. Alam nila na importante yung laban na to, and it's really good to see players like Tecoto, Delariarte being unselfish, playing as a team and showing up big in these moments, and they were able to show up big because they are leading now with around less than a minute to go for the first half.
Grabe, may pagka-buzzer beater ng konti sa goal nila dito, pero may oras pa rin ang Troopers. No Argo Ariola again because he is on the bench due to injury. At kita nga natin, hindi masaya si Coach Boogie Margarce. Kita nga ang body language niya dun sa baba.
Siyempre, klaro, most of the first half, Army has been the one with possession. They've had multiple chances. But again, like what we said earlier, football is not about who has the ball the most or who has the most chances, but it's about sino ba ang makakatapos ng mga chances sa harap ng goal. At yun ang pinakita ng Air Force this past 2 minutes.
Sabi mo nga, right? It's composure ang mahalaga rito. The airmen got the chance and used it. Composure, right? Because you do not want to waste the chances. Yan ang nasabi mo kanina. Kasi limited nga ang chances. You do not want your hard work to go down the drain.
Yes, absolutely. So Army now looking for a response. They do have 5 more minutes left on the clock. And in football time, marami pang oras yan.
Grabe. Parang eternity nga, 5 minutes dito. So the first half, far from being completed, as you were saying.
As the best way for Air Force right now is really to hold on to the league, and for Army to really just try to make the most out of their chances in front of the goal. So at this point of the match, it's also about how to manage the game. What is the best strategy the team can do? Kung ano ba yung strategy ng koponan sa minuto na to. Again, we do have 3 more minutes left on the clock. So we have to be smart about this.
Alam din natin, a one-goal lead is not safe. Kung makaka-goal ang Army, level terms tayo ulit. Tie ball game. At mukhang may foul dito versus the Airmen. Pabalik ang bola rito sa Troopers. 2 minutes in already sa ating additional or injury time. Unfortunately, walang clean sheet dito para sa Army. Pero mukhang tuloy ang confidence dito ng Philippine Air Force coming off yung 8-0 win nila versus Manila Monte.
Yun nga yung sabi nila na that game gave them the opportunity to see and show what they can do. So, ang laban nito ay isa pang oportunidad para ipatuloy or ipagpatuloy ang kakayanan nila sa kanilang mga laro. At nakita natin, they are able to do that.
That's right, as we get to see that. Obero. Obero also one of the long-timers with their football team. And he has been able to come up with goals. Actually, 4 goals din si Angelo Obero. Just to add, no? Sumasama din siya with Jan and Jed Delariarte.
And that's what you expect from forwards like Obero, that he plays a supporting role, meaning andun siya sa pag-build up ng atake, pero kaya din niya mag-finish in front of the goal. But as we could see here, there is a foul committed against Army. So a good opportunity, good spot, klaro. Dito malapit sa goal, medyo nasa may kanan siya, pero good opportunity for Army to capitalize.
Kita din natin kanina, Cam, sa stats, total of 11 fouls in the first half. Medyo mataas ba yan or is just that in the middle?
Oh, mataas talaga yan.
Okay, I wasn't so sure actually.
Double digits tayo. So again, we expected it to be physical. Ang importante lang, hindi makommit yung mga fouls na yun sa loob din ng penalty box. Na all the fouls for now have been outside of the penalty box.
Sabi mo rin to use your fouls wisely, di ba? In that scenario. Tapos yung intensity, di ba? Pang playoff talaga yung mga fouls. Tawag doon, playoff foul. Physical talaga.
Yes. Fouls are tools you can use also. Part siya ng strategy mo sa team. But players do need to be smart about it.
At ito na nga, may chance to cross the ball mula kay Roy Bedia. A shot taken pero outside ulit, off target. Pero sino yung mas busy goalkeeper dito overall in this game? Si John Kent Delariarte o si Zaldi Abraham?
Parang si Abraham, klaro. And in this moment, makita natin, maganda yung free kick ni Bedia. Nahanap niya ang kanyang teammate na si Solen at the end na actually he was free. There was no Air Force defender on him and that gave him a good opportunity. Could he have controlled that ball first? Possibly. But again, another good opportunity for Army, and hopefully they get to build on these opportunities as we head into the second half.
According to our graphics also, there was a yellow card that was shown, but we'll try to double check that one if it was really given. Pero si Transfer Market Data Scout, pa-shoutout din daw. One of our friends, of course, keeping the Transfer Market database uploaded, of course.
Very important, their stats. Now, when we talk about Philippine football players, this shows what you can do. It is one of the things, one of the pictures of what you can do, but it is not the total picture.
Tama. As the tank will try to negotiate things, pero nakuha ni Martinez Jr. May cross nga ulit dito. Hinahanap si Jan. Jan versus Doraemon. Just brewing with confidence here. Pero outside ang cross dito. No goal. Pero ayan na ang halftime whistle natin. Philippine Air Force with that sensational goal. They lead over the Troopers 1-0. Grabe, Cam. Sa first half pa lang tayo. Lecoto with the goal. And what do you have to say dito sa ating first half?
Expected ang init ng laban na to, klaro. Alam natin na magiging mainit na labanan ito sa pagitan ng Air Force at ng Philippine Army. And we were able to see that Army did dominate most of the possessions. They've had more chances on goal versus Air Force. But ultimately, it was Air Force with the likes of Del Llarte, Lecoto, who showed up big for their team. Meaning, sila yung nakapagpakita ng kanilang composure in front of that goal. It was an unselfish goal and a lot to be proud of for Philippine Air Force FC.
There you go. 45 minutes done and dusted, but we'll be back after the halftime break for your statistics and analysis.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
We are currently at the halftime break in our Philippines Football League action between Philippine Air Force FC and Philippine Army. Judgment Day Sunday continues 1-0. Cam, what a game so far.
Absolutely, Claro. We knew this match was gonna be a big one. Alam natin na ito yung match na pinakahihintay ng dalawang koponan. At may kita natin na the first half was really everything that you could ask for this game and more. So initially we see here Lecoto slowly trying to make his presence felt there on the wing. And then this, so far, Saliz with a shot on goal. We continue on with this free kick by Air Force, a rebound shot that did not pan through. And really, a good matchup between both teams. Physical, but also a lot of discipline shown by both sides.
Discipline and physicality here. Kahit 13 and 14 nga yung teams natin, they do have the number 10 spot to chase dito in hopes of being retained sa top flight ng Philippines Football League, and a battle for pride nga, tandaan nga natin, between our military teams. Pero ito nga yung goal, the magic moment. Lecoto off the assist of Jed Delariarte. Yun nga, may sagot tayo. Who will help the Delariarte brothers? Sino magiging wingman nila? Sabi ni Lecoto or Kenneth Vince Lecoto, ako bahala.
And Lecoto, he is one of the newcomers into the squad of Coach Erwin Oro. At siya din yung na-identify na key player na makakatulong sa Delariarte brothers. At makikita nga natin ngayon ang match stats between both teams. Philippine Air Force with 45% and 55% with Army. They did have more of the possession, but Air Force proving to have more shots on goal.
More shots on goal. Cam, one shot on target. Philippine Air Force using their chances, no? But with that, 6 offsides. Siguro yan ang point for improvement dito sa airmen. But with the fouls, as we said, it's at 11 also, showing how physical the game is. Sabi mo nga, mataas yung figure na yon. But with the corners, it's going Army's way. Pero tandaan nga natin, Army had spells where they were able to control the game, pero parang nakabawi yung Philippine Air Force, and that's where they got the goal.
Yes, and we saw a lot of good positive spells by Army FC, but with only 2 shots on goal and 0 on target from the troopers, that would be the point of improvement for them in the second half.
And we'd like to remind you that we are powered by 8 Cuts Burgers. And of course, get your onion rings while you're at it. Ang favorite natin dito sa Rizal Memorial Stadium. And of course, do head to the grandstand for your food, courtesy of our friends again at 8 Cuts Burgers, the official catering partner of the Philippines Football League. There's Carl Bronda and Lecoto out to finish this game strong. Siguro, Cam, syempre, iba yung atmosphere, kada locker room, as we see some subs entering this game. Papasok si Givroy Cadiz at ang lumabas ay si Patrick Salenga. And we will take it pitch side to Malia Cesar for another report.
Coach Oro is very pleased with the 1-0 lead going into the second half. He will look to his team with the Heat for more energy and more stamina to continue this game and finish strong. But he is also wanting his team to have more confidence as they finish the game, hopefully with a win. Coach Boogie also knows his team had many chances and created very good opportunities, but they were lacking execution in the final third and the final pass. He hopes his team will have more intensity, more laban, and his message to his team was that they will be able to do it as long as they try. Back to you, Claro and Cam.
Thank you very much, Malia. As this game was resumed already, it's the second 45 minutes. Ago Ariola checked in. And we used to emphasize, even when we would talk off air, with the way he can give offense. He used to score against Ceres in the UFL and back when he was able to play against them. So this guy will be a big boost, as we know, as si Ago Ariola. He is searching for his 6th goal here, but if his partner John Celis could get it, big boost, syempre.
At yung maganda sa sinabi ni Coach Margarce ay, as long as they try, yun yung importante para sa kanya. Because, again, in the game of football, you will have another opportunity. You will make mistakes, magkakamali ka talaga. Pero ang importante dito kay Coach Nestorio ay susubok sila at hindi sila titigil hanggang 90th minute.
That's what you like, right? But Army have a chance to chase this game. Wide open pa rin ang laro natin, right?
Yes, as we saw in the first 30 minutes of the first half, it was Philippine Army with more of the possession and more of the opportunities in front of the goal. So they can use that momentum to build on the second half because, again, the score line is still very close with 1-0, with one goal only separating both sides. So right now for Army FC, ang importante para sa kanila ay mag-equalize muna. At nakikita natin ngayon ang Army FC on the ground. Nawalan ng sapatos. Itong si number 24, Gatinao.
And he is also down in pain. Grabe. Coming out of the halftime break. At may hard foul na dito. And there was another yellow that was given out. Si Jake Hugo ang yellow card. Pero confirmed actually yung yellow card din kanina kay Romeo Martinez Jr. Pero ito ang foul kanina, just now.
That is a tough challenge against, the Army FC. Nakita natin inapakan ang paa.
Right, Joshua Gatinao was floored. Mukhang late din. The foul was from behind.
It didn't seem to have much of... it's not clear to me what the intention was for that challenge. Possibly not the best thing to do right now, especially because it does award the opponents a free kick inside their own half dito para sa Philippine Air Force.
Free kick inside your own half. May scoring opportunity, no? Yan, or that is the name of the game. Pero confirmation ulit sa yellow card ni Jake Hugo. Mga 2 minutes into the game, may yellow card na kaagad.
So alam natin kung ano na ang tono ng second half na ito. It will be a physical match. But defender Jake Hugo, kailangan mas maingat siya because we do still have 40 more minutes of play to go, and if he does get a second yellow card, a red card will be given to him, and that would mean one less player for Philippine Air Force, and that is not a position they want to be in. Kaya kailangan mag-ingat pa ng onte itong si defender natin na si Jake Hugo.
Sabi mo nga, Cam, if you are going to foul, use it in a more tactical way, no? Use it smart. May konting joke time dito at kwentuhan with Hugo and Roy Kent Bedia when this will be a free kick. This is inside Yokbe City range, as we know. Philippine Army FC, yung troopers, are in their yellow and green, dilaw at berde. At ang Philippine Air Force, the airmen, nakaputi or all white. At mukhang may 3-man wall initially, pero 2 na lang daw.
Jake Besite looking to take it. Yun yung body language niya ngayon, no? Nakaharap siya sa goal, pero meron pa siyang isang kasama sa kanan niya. Itong si number 12 na si Solen.
At mukhang solo flight dito. Si Yok Besite. If he makes this, tawag natin sa kanya sniper. Bilang Philippine Army trooper, of course. Free kick here for Besite. Pero nakuha ni Zaldi Abraham.
He was going for it, Claro. He was going for that sniper move. And that's something you'd expect from the captain. Besite,
Yok Besite.
Ricardo
Yes.
Besite, the third.
Let's see Zaldi Abraham getting it again. Abraham again, UAAP player, I recall, who played for UST. Pati si Darren Busbion actually, teammate niya back in their collegiate days.
So both players having that experience playing in a collegiate level, a really good level here in the Philippines.
Big crowd din, kaya siguro hindi na sila kabado rito with the fans. We also know that the fans of Army and Air Force napaka-passionate. At mukhang handball nga, di ba?
That was a great run by De La Riarte. Almost caught the defense line of Army FC sleeping. Pero again, another opportunity for them as they go number 5.
It's Jan De La Riarte donning that jersey. Just bringing it up here na si Neil Dorimon. Binigay kay Bedia. Bedia, ginagamit ang experience niya syempre. Dito daw sa kaliwa kay Ryan Desena. Desena versus Belgira. Pero nakuha ng midfield ng una. Bedia, muntik na. Pero may pito tayo rito. Playoff foul ulit. Here's that last spell.
Kita natin no, na number 31, si Bedia, he was going for goal but unfortunate, masyadong mabigat yung touch niya at panalunan ng Air Force, and unfortunately, it did result to a foul on the ground. But play on as we see it right now with Air Force in possession, trying to double their lead.
You are also catching the games on pfl.org.ph, Blast TV, Premier Football, and Premier Sports. Alongside Cam Rodriguez, this is Clara Monzan, ang inyong commentators po ngayong hapon for the first game. We also have pitchside reporter Malia Cesar joining us as there's a spell again that was initiated by Jan De La Riarte. Pero foul ulit dito sa kabila at may yellow card ulit dito. The third of the game and the third, pangatlo dito for the Airmen.
Initially, it was a really good spell with Air Force finding each other. Nag 1-2 combination sila. But in that last moment, napataas yung paa. Nakataas yung paa at ng challenge ng Air Force member to an Army Force member. And hindi yun pwede sa football na talagang all the way up ang iyong paa. Lalo na kung ulo ang china-challenge ng manlalaro.
Yun nga, yung yellow card at ang binigay kay Carl Bronda. High boot din ang tawag dun, di ba?
High boot. Medyo nakakatakot yun, Claro, kasi nakataas din ang, ang cleats. So, dangerous high boot challenge. Bronda needing to be a bit more careful here for his team. Again, booked for a yellow, a second one, mari-red card siya.
Siguro, Cam, for the benefit as this is taken away quickly by Lecoto, pero nakuha ni De La Riarte. Ganun kabilis si Lecoto, wala tayong oras
Yun na
mag-setup.
nga. Mag-ano pa lang tayo, mag-i-intro, tapos may attack na sa side niya.
Tama. Lecoto nga ulit. Ang wingman ng De La Riarte brothers.
Oo, very effective what he was able to do there. Hinay-press na yung defense line niya. Napanalunan niya yung bola. Looking for that cross. But crucial interception there by De La Riarte of Philippine Army FC goalkeeper.
Ago Ariola. Off the bench nga ulit. Ang main scoring option nila. Yok Besite, long ball. Pero nakuha ni Abraham. And you were talking about it kanina, yung high boot, no? Because sa ilalim ng football shoes, may spikes mismo, no? Hindi lang siya katulad ng mga sapatos na ginagamit pang pasyal or pang laro ng ibang sport.
Oo, pati kaya kung tumama ang mga spikes na yon, masakit siya at makaka-injure. At yun yung ayaw natin mangyari. Lalo na, I'm sure, they also don't want to do that to each other because as we mentioned earlier, they do want to keep it, respectful. As I just said that, a physical challenge was just given between both teams. But play on still here by Philippine Army FC. A shot on goal against Abraham.
Go Ariola took the shot, right?
Army looking to equalize as we see here. Ago Ariola looking for that long-range shot, forcing Abraham to outstretch himself and save that goal. But we did see two Army players there looking for the rebound. So good positive momentum now for Philippine Army FC.
Mukhang all or nothing na ang dalawang koponan dito. Players dropping left and right here. Pushing and shoving. Pero legal nga ang contact dito sa football, right? But not 100% contact.
Yes.
There are rules, of course, as Belgira stopped Ago Ariola. So naka-shot on target si Ariola. So siguro nakaka-warm up na siya dito ngayong laro.
And Ariola, as we mentioned, is one of the key players of Philippine Army FC. One of the top strikers. He is coming off an injury, but it seems like Coach Margarce is using him tactically to boost the team, to really equalize, get that much needed equalizer for Philippine Army FC.
Ang dami nilang corner kick nga actually when we refer to the troopers, pero no goals to show yet despite the dangerous chances.
Again, as we know, corners are set pieces, meaning opportunities din sila para mag-score, and this is one of the things that possibly can be positive for Philippine Army FC na ang dami nga nilang corners. So it's a matter of capitalizing on it and finishing their opportunities in front of goal.
Making it count nga ulit. Ang tanong dito, baka maubusan sila ng oras or yan ang sitwasyon. Sometimes, may mga teams talaga matino ang kanilang depensa. Yung kalaban di lang makakascore. Obero, nasa kaliwa. Martinez Jr. Versatile din si Romeo Martinez Jr. Naalala ko siya dati naging emergency goalkeeper ng Philippine Air Force.
Importante yan bilang isang player na marunong ka maglaro ng iba't ibang posisyon. And right now, he is suiting up as that anchor in the middle. And just heard here in the stadium, sabi niya, tara! Diba? Because he was able to start a promising attack, but unfortunately, it didn't pan out for Air Force FC. Pero, again, tara daw. Tuloy lang.
Tuloy ang laban, as some would say. Madaming battle cry, syempre. Tinanong mo actually, right? How would the coaches describe this word? This game with one word.
Oo, so bago yung laro na to, I had the opportunity to interview both coaches, Coach Oro and Coach Margarce of Air Force and Philippine Army FC. Para kay Coach Nestorio Margarce, ang word niya ay pride para sa Philippine Army FC. At si Coach Erwin Oro naman ay all out. Kaya may kita natin kung paano magre-respond ang mga manlalaro nila these last 30 minutes of the match.
And we also want to credit, of course, the different branches of the military because they did run their football clubs also. Kahit hindi pa sikat yung Philippine football nin. So they were there growing the sport. As we see, passes completed. 71 to 93. 93 passes completed dito. Pero I think, Cam, yung na-mention mo kanina, making it count kahit mas konti yung chances mo, Philippine Air Force put it away.
Yes, and so far it's been pretty even in terms of it's a back and forth between the Philippine Army FC and Philippine Air Force that, parang medyo patas. And this is how, the game started earlier on in the first half. A back and forth between two teams. Physical battles being won. Now Air Force with the ball, looking, finding, and then now a turnover. Meaning nawala ni Air Force ang bola at kay Army na ulit ang mga possession.
Pwede nga natin i-declare ngayon yung midfield ngayon ay battleground.
Yes. Really good. And something, just to continue your thought earlier, no, about Philippine Army crediting our branches of the government for growing the sport even before it was, big. I would say the same for the women's. Meron ako mga teammates ngayon, produkto sila ng Philippine Army grassroots program. So, they are a team with heritage. Kaya siguro sinabi din ni Coach Nestorio na they need to play with pride. So, for the last 30 minutes here for Philippine Army FC, this pride will be the one that will take them through the end.
Ayan, at may throw in si Belgira. And with what you were saying, yung pride maganda, nandun din yung support of from the military for the women's football game, right? Which is a growing scene and milestones nga na nag-qualify yung Philippines for the Women's World Cup and participated actually, in fact. As there is Yok Besite down, siya nga ang leader, ang team captain nila.
It's a good opportunity from him earlier on where he had that opportunity. He saw his right winger there running on the side. Winon-touch niya para sa space dun sa likod ng Philippine Air Force FC. But unfortunately, as we see here again, a replay. Besite, one-touch pass. Unfortunately, a hit on his ankle. But again, encouraging opportunity for Army FC.
Yok Besite, as we know, quite advanced in age already, but still playing for his beloved Philippine Army FC.
So a veteran, if you would call it, Clara, itong si Besite.
Tama.
That's what's important when you have a team na may mga players na tulad na Besite na that can ground with experience, can ground with leadership. At tignan mo, siya yung na-foul, pero siya yung nakatayo sa harap ng bola, ready to go again.
These guys are tough again and fouls at 11-6. Yok Besite got floored again. Philippine Air Force doing whatever it takes to protect their lead. Kita nga natin. Ito na nga ang pito at chance for Yok Besite. Ang team captain nga nila ulit. But it was taken, of course. It was not taken by Besite. Mukhang nadami tayo dun. At Yok Besite, kung check natin yung stats, is 38 years young. Pero si Coach Edsa did make an appearance. He is 6 years senior dito kay Yok Besite.
So yun yung mga experience, that really valuable experience to play alongside players like him, like Besite, who have been in the game for a long time, and hopefully he can prove to be that factor na iangat yung kanyang team, because again, Army FC right now is down 1-0. They're looking for that equalizer. They've been having opportunities in front of goal. So it's a matter of really finishing again and at sabi nga ni Coach Nestorio, to keep trying.
At ito na nga ulit, Ariola. Defended well by Belgira. Mukhang si Belgira ang bodyguard dito ni Ago Ariola. Ito ulit, Doremon. Takes another fall. The shot taken. Pero over the bar. Grabe, no? Kahit nandun ang depensa of Philippine Air Force, the troopers are able to come up with shots. Kita nga natin, kahit may foul dito at nahulog yung mga ibang player.
Doraemon looking to beat 1, 2, 3 Air Force defenders. Even though it was stolen away from him, andun si si Decena rather, to take that shot. And it was a really, shot with a pace. Encouraging shot. Ang kailangan lang nila ulitin at hindi mapagod na sumubok.
Here's another stat, no, Cam? So sabi nga natin, si Coach Edsa made a cameo at the age of 44 para sa Wantagig FC, isang former trooper. Pero ito ulit, scoring chance. Jan just evading. But it's outside.
Para sa akin, ang gandang characteristic na gusto ko i-highlight doon ay kay Doraemon, kasi makita natin kahit na beat na yung goalkeeper niyang si John Kent de Lariarte, tumakbo pa rin siya till the end, to the last goal line, and unfortunate for De La Riarte. Good opportunity there. He could have touched it more inside para mas lumaki pa yung angle niya. But, you know, Air Force looking to double that lead.
Pero ito ulit, long ball. Pero ang sinasabi nila sa mga fighter pilot, when you're too close for missiles, switch to guns. And De La Riarte was not able to do that. Na si Jan siguro nagmamadali. Kasi nandun ang kanyang pinsan. Si John Kent. So, kabisado na ni John Kent no, yung galaw ng mga pinsan niya na si Jan and Jed.
Yan yung mga makukuha mo dahil nga small world lang ang football, at yun yung maganda din pag kilala mo yung mga kalaban mo, and if they're a little bit closer to you, like family.
As there was that tough slide. Chance nga ulit dito. It came off though. At outside nga dito. So si former trooper nga si Coach Edsa, age 44. Nag-cameo siya for one tagig. Si Yok Besite, age 38. Si Yanti Barsales, of course, sa Philippine Air Force, who retired from play. I'm not so sure if he retired from the armed forces. At the age of 50, sumali sa Copa Palino Alcantara last
Yun.
year. Grabe, no? As Ariola couldn't connect with Celis again. They're the partners up front, pero ito na nga ang airmen. Angelo Obero, Martinez Jr.
That looked like an encouraging play that was gonna happen for Army FC. But unfortunately, nakita natin medyo nag-hesitate. Ang atake nila, ang pwede sanang mangyari ay to just go for it. And now, we have Air Force doubling the lead. Number 17, De La Riarte. I was just saying that Army should be going for it. And, you know, opposite, De La Riarte, number 17 of Air Force, going for it.
Jed De La Riarte cleared for takeoff. So is Philippine Air Force. There you go. 2-0. Yung insurance goal we were talking about, right? Yung hinahabol nila. Because a 1-0 lead is not safe. Take us through the goal, Cam.
We saw De La Riarte there dribbling from the wing. Defender far off from him. He saw it, and it is a tough angle to shoot from, but really a sweet spot that we see De La Riarte was able to do kasi paloob ang curve ng bola niya. Nakita natin na yun. Yung touch niya paloob, oh. Tinignan niya yung goal. Nakita niya na ang goalkeeper na si De La Riarte, pinsan niya off his line, so he targeted the top left corner of the goal. Really good skill there by Jed De La Riarte.
Jed De La Riarte earning his stripes. Dito ngayon, 2-0. A battle for pride. Let's also review the numbers. And as you were saying, Cam, tama nga, goal number 6 of the season. Siya ang leading scorer nila.
That's something you can expect from a top scorer like him, na yung sinasabi nating risk versus reward. At nung time na yon, it was high risk but also high reward for Jed De La Riarte na, you know, drinable niya paloob ng goalkeeper box. Hindi siya challenge ng Air Force defense. Kaya yun na nga, he was able to take that really good paced shot to the goal of Philippine Army FC.
Also in attendance din, let's remember, is Coach Tom Saintfiet ng Philippine Men's National Team. Siguro nagpapakitang gilas din yung mga airmen at troopers natin.
Yes, and parang yung goal kasi na yun, maganda yung attitude na pinakita ng goal na yun. Dahil parang ginulang niya, diba? It's very positive attitude na gusto mong makita sa mga attackers mo, lalo na sa high stakes game na ito, where the spot for the final 10 best teams of the Philippine Football League is on the line.
Tama nga, top 10 teams will be retained dito sa top tier ng PFL. Pero heading into this game, lamang ang Army sa standings, ranked number 13. Right below ang Philippine Air Force. So, if Philippine Air Force gets the win, yung Air Force ang aangat, over Army. And they will get 9 points. Pero kung i-check na natin, magiging 12th place ang Air Force if they do win this game because of goal difference.
Yeah, so they will have 9 points alongside teams like Tuloy FC and Don Bosco Garelli FC. So, again, this is everything we expect from the tail end of the league. We are in the second to the last playing weekend, and all teams are gonna look to go all out. And cheeky moved there by number 12, Solen of Philippine Army FC.
Kasi alam niya, cleared for takeoff nga si Jed De La Riarte.
Yes.
Chance here again. The Troopers get this one. Katinao. Celis. Celis nga ulit yung speedster nila. This ball up for grabs. High boot ata nga. Ata, no? Kaya may foul.
Yes. So just high boot there. Makita natin after ng challenge na yun, may reactions from the crowd and the bench because again, that is not allowed when you play football. But it is a non-call by referee Raymar de los Santos, and instead, he signaled both Army FC and Air Force FC to have a cooling break.
Cooling break. This is the first one sa ating second half. Siguro medyo makulimlim ngayon and the temperatures have gone down kaya hindi kasing init as compared to the first half because the sun of course is going to set in a bit also. Check natin ang weather update. It is actually 32 degrees now, 1 degree colder at ang feel ay 37 with no expectations of precipitation for the next hour.
And just here we see that goal that really elevated Air Force FC with De La Riarte having an unselfish pass to his teammate Lecoto. And then now De La Riarte again, driving the ball inside the goalkeeping box and taking a shot for himself. Air Force now with 2-0 leading against their rivals, Army FC.
Two top talents were going for it na si Jed De La Riarte at si Jalsor Soriano. Soriano ulit, a solid defender. But teams are ending their respective cooling breaks. Tama po yan. Kahit mga atleta o servicemen sila, kailangan din ng water break.
Tama. And when we talk about playing football, weather is really a big factor. So kung kanina mainit ang laro physically, kasi it felt like 39, diba? 39 Celsius, klaro. Pero ngayon na makalumlim na talaga at mukhang uulan, makakatulong ito sa stamina at endurance ng mga football player ng Air Force FC at Army FC.
So less than 20 minutes remaining dito sa ating second half and in the game. So league format ito. So posible rin makakadraw tayo should the Troopers just force a comeback. At kita yung shots natin, 7-5. Kanina lamang yung Philippine Army FC sa shots natin.
At interesting ang nagiging stats ngayon dahil lamang pa rin si Philippine Air Force FC na 7 total shots on goal to Philippine Army FC's 5 total shots on goal. But both of them actually have 2 shots on target. So this is what we talk about, what we were talking about making it count when you are in front of the goal. So far, wow, 2 out of 2 for Philippine Air Force. Both shots on goal, both finished goals. So again, still a lot of hope for Army FC dahil 20 minutes pa ang meron sila dito sa second half.
Grabe no, 100% completion rate.
Those are the stats you'd like to see if you're Philippine Army FC.
Siguro mga ace din yun sa Air Force with the way Lecoto again. Put that on target. Kasama
Target
din.
practice.
Yun, kasama ng mga wingman niya, di ba? Si Lecoto nga ang wingman ng mga De La Riartes dito. And sabi nga ni Coach Erwin Oro of Philippine Air Force FC, si Lecoto ay reinforcement. He's been training with the team, of course, throughout the course of the season. Pero ngayon lang daw siya ang gagamit dito.
So when you talk about making it count, it seems that, Kenneth Vince Decoto has made it count for his team with 1 goal so far. Crucial goal that made Air Force FC lead this game. This military derby, as we did call it earlier.
Tama nga. And with the troopers again, they will display that fighting spirit. Hindi pa tapos ang itong laban. If they are going to go down, they are going to go down fighting. So don't be surprised if they can pick one up here para mas dikit nga ang laban here. As they win the ball here with that physical challenge. Binigay kay Ago Ariola. Ariola! Pero mukhang sobrang pasa nila dun. Unfortunately, kay Joshua Gitinao, kaya nakuha ni Abraham, their number 24 sa kabila, ang goalkeeper.
Makita natin ngayon si Dorimon. Setting Ariola up, and Ariola looking for that through ball. It was successful, but unfortunately, medyo malayo sa harap ni Gatinao, and Abraham was able to come out of his line and challenge that play, and unfortunately was not able to pan out to a shot on goal.
At offside ulit ang tawag dito. Ang dami nilang offsides ngayon actually when we refer to Air Force.
Actually, na-mention nga ni Coach Erwin Oro na they expect both teams to play similarly because they do spend a lot of time together. They magkakakilala sila, so a matter of discipline. Who is the better team for this game?
Ariola to Celis. Celis! Bouncing in front of the mouth of the goal, pero wala. Pero yan nga ang 1-2 punch ng troopers. Ago Ariola at John Celis.
Ariola finding his teammate on the side. May onting touch pa nga sa Air Force FC that could have been an own goal, pero swinerte na. Corner kick lang ang aabutin at ibinigay dito kay Philippine Army FC.
Corner after corner dito para sa troopers, pero wala pang goal. They'll try to go for Ago Ariola. Muntik na dun. Roy Kent Bedia.
Dia with that double save initially from the corner, and then a rebound shot. Army still in possession.
Bilis dun ni Jan De Lariarte. Roy Bedia in the middle. Kay Ago Ariola. Ago Ariola pa rin. Driving it in. Pero sobra ang kanyang tira. This one not working out here for Army.
Something that stands out to me with how Ariola plays is that he plays efficiently. Hindi siya yung isang player na takbo lang ng takbo. Binabasa niya yung laro. He finds himself in good positions. And so far, all of the times that he has the ball, it has been encouraging attack for his team, Philippine Army FC. So just a matter of time, I think, for Ariola to really reap joy from all of his efforts for his team.
Here's another chance now. Binigay dito kay Jed pero outside. Siguro kung makaka-third goal ang Air Force dito, tapos ng laro, they will get that cushion again.
Oh, yun yung sinasabi nating nail in the coffin.
Yun.
Pero ngayon, masasabi ko pang bukas pa yung laban because Army FC has been having most of the possession so far. And again, they do have another attack. Entanglement there between Army FC and Air Force FC with a quick play.
Pero binigay lang dito kay Jalsor Soriano. Pero ito nga ulit, through ball, offside ang tawag na naman. Offside sa kabila for Army. Of course, when we also remember, Army can compete in close games. Natalo sila, a heartbreaker versus Manila Digger nung opening weekend actually. There was a late goal from Digger kaya natalo ang Philippine Army. But versus Loyola, they had another close game where they lost 4-3. The lead exchanged back and forth. And sadly, nanalo ang Loyola as Army conceded.
So
a
we could
penalty.
see that Army is a team with character. Hindi sila magpapatalo.
So nandun na rin yung heartbreak for them. So will they learn and apply the experiences here? Will
No.
they force a miracle?
And on that note, Clara, will they learn fast? Because again, we do have 10 minutes left of regular time. Possibly a little bit more of added time dahil naparami nga ang ating mga fouls dito sa second half. Pero encouraging itong insights na na-share mo throughout the league because this is their second to the last game. An up and down journey so far for Philippine Army FC. So I'm excited to see how these last 10 minutes will go.
Tama nga. They had the character building during the season. Now it's time to apply those lessons learned. But the fouls have been very hard in this end game between the two teams again. But this one is not looking good.
So again, this is another opportunity for both teams to regroup themselves. So we see players on the side hydrating, which is good. And thankfully, number 8 of Air Force, Bronda, okay, seeing himself walk off the pitch. And I'd like to give a shout out to the 500 and more people watching right now on our stream on both YouTube and Facebook accounts and possibly more in the other live streaming platforms that we have with PFL, Blast TV, pfl.org.ph. Thank you for watching and supporting Philippine football. And I think, Lara, this is as Philippine football as it gets. You know?
Tama. All Filipino battle. Showing their hard-nosed style of play. Yung mga ibang all Filipino teams, just to add, in the PFL, yung Tuloy FC. There's Manila Monte also. But these teams are just giving an intense battle. Battlefield nga yung midfield, di ba? Ganun
Yes.
kadikit sila. That's how physical they are. As this was unsuccessful now, binigay dito sa gitna. But Besite won it. May pagka back and forth nga. Captain takes a fall. At mukhang free kick ang tawag doon, hindi outside.
Nakita natin may onting shove na binigay dito kay Besite, kay Yok Besite. And again, it is a foul committed in a crucial spot near the penalty box, not where you want to be committing fouls if you're Philippine Air Force FC. And now we see a reinforcement from them, number 20, Mark Anthony Ferrer, suiting up to fight for the Philippine Air Force team in the last 10 minutes of the second half.
I think we heard right from coach that Ferrer is one of the additional here because the others are not available. Pero kung check nga natin, may mga players for Air Force and Army not eligible dahil sa suspension. They are Bernarte and Bernardo. Bernarte for Air Force, Bernardo for Army. As we did see si Carl Bronda, he is shaken up dun, no, sa collision niya.
Again, it has been a very physical match. Both teams flexing their physicality.
Soriano, no good. When you look at it, actually, si Jalsor Soriano, yung third leading scorer of the Troopers.
And that's what you like to see when you're a defender. Virtually, unmarked yung opponent niya, nasa likod niya, so walang nagcha-challenge sa kanya. And a good opportunity for Jalsor Soriano showing what he can do, both in defense and attack.
7 minutes or so remaining in this game. Areola, di niya nahanap si Bedia. Cadiz, Abraham. Air Force are trying to control this game and defend their lead.
It's interesting, Claro. The Air Force is leading and they're trying to protect their lead. But a lot of the past 10 minutes, they've been playing in their own half. Diba? This just shows na Army has been in possession. Collision on the side there, but Raymart De Los Santos, referee said play on.
One trooper down, one airman down. The players are opting to carry on. Kaya pumito na si Raymar De Los Santos, ang ating referee, to check on the two. Because there is fair play also where you can put the ball out, if I'm correct, when there's an
Yes.
event of a collision.
So ito yung mga part of football. It is physical, but it also needs to be fair. So we watch it here again. Unfortunate collision there. I feel like an Army player tried to evade, but again, it is a takedown. Hindi pwede yun. Both hands were out, and both players now having treatment on the ground.
Delariarte gets up quickly. Mukhang okay naman si Jan. Pero si Neil Doraemon naman dito, nakahiga pa rin. That's definitely gotta hurt. 5 minutes remaining in this game. Pareha sila, crucial player dito.
And again, most of the moments that players need to be more focused on is in these last 5-10 minutes. And here we could see, a yellow card being given to number 15, Doraemon.
So 5 minutes remaining before additional time. Or 4 minutes actually. Do we adjust the expectations here, Cam? Baka desperation time na dito sa Army. Alanganin na ngayong oras.
I believe if we were Air Force FC, I would imagine the instruction of Coach Erwin Oro would be to manage the game a bit better, na kailangan protektahan nila yung 2-0 lead nila, at pag si Army FC ka, ang instruction siguro ni Coach Nestorio Margarce ay, from the start, don't give up, 'di ba? Play for pride. Huwag magpatalo, hindi pa tapos yung laban, at ang sabi nga niya sa simula ng halftime ay as long as they're able to do it, as long as they're able to try, masaya na siya doon. But, this is a derby. I'm sure that both of them would want to have those 3 points at the end.
It's more than the battle again for the top 10. It's a matter of pride. As we see some subs waiting also. But there's confirmation on the yellow once more of Neil Doraemon as they give it over here now. Ched still going for it, but it's denied by pinsan. We'll say it again, of course, because it's not often that happens, as there's an over-eager challenge.
And another yellow card. Thrown out to number 12. Abriel Belgira. Too strong a challenge against number 99, Decena of Army FC.
Yellow cards left and right in this game. And these players will have to be careful kasi baka masuspend sila sa susunod na laro.
Tama. Para sa akin, yung play na yon, positive from number 12, Belgira, na gusto niyang mag-high press. Pero, necessary ba yung ganun ka-challenge, kalakas na challenge? Baka pwede, paglapit niya dun kay Decena, mag-slow down siya and then try to win pag pinush ni Decena.
We also saw pinasok si Chai Villaseñor, also a player with pro experience. Madalas yung tandem sa depensa of the Troopers is Chai Villaseñor and Jalsor Soriano. But Villaseñor was only inserted now. We also see activity on the bench. Mukhang papasok si Joel Balio-Alio and playing coach or Jobel Bermejo, who is there. They're the fourth official stable. As we do see a close look at Mark Ferrer. At ito na si Obero sa kaliwa. Obero versus Villaseñor. Villaseñor was using his experience and won it there. Kaya quick play dito.
Yes, at kung makita natin ngayon, patuloy pa rin ang kanyang run. Looking for that opportunity. Unfortunate, a turnover now. Air Force wins the ball. Back to Army.
Grabe yung back and forth and intensity. Also, let's not forget, up next, we do have another rivalry match between Maharlika Taguig and Menjola FC, 1991. Two established teams in the PFL. At mamaya, we do have Kaya FC Iloilo versus Davao Aguilas Yumac. A win for Kaya will seal the title for them. That will be back-to-back if that happens. Pero tandaan nga natin, yung Kaya FC, may spot na sa AFC Champions League 2, which will be later this year as a result from their win at the Copa Paulino Alcantara last year.
Time, 7 minutes.
At ayan na nga, 7 minutes, come an eternity dito sa football.
Yeah, still a lot of time for Army FC. I feel like they would need to just focus on connecting their passes. Diba? And making sure that they're at angles. Meaning kailangan supportahan pa nilang isa't isa. Simulan nila yung isang goal at hindi natin alalam. Malay natin, baka pwede pa nilang doblehin. Pero ito na nga ang test of character for them. Will they keep fighting or will they slow down?
As they try to thread this needle. So far, rock solid ang depensa ng Air Force. And as we say that, of course, may chance nga ulit.
Narinig ata tayo ng players.
May tawag din commentators. Curse, may mga, doon talaga ako naiiya minsan eh. Here we go. Papasok si Coach Jobel Bermejo. An ASCAL back in the day. Coach. Because Coach Jobel Bermejo and Coach Ermin Oro would be handling the squads here. Pero sabi nga, medyo kulang sila sa tao. That's why Coach Jobel Bermejo was listed as a player. At ang papasok din si Joel Balio Alio. And there you go, Cam. Okay yung captain's armband kay Coach Jobel daw.
Oh, yan yung sinasabi na leader off the pitch. Pero ngayon, may opportunity din to lead on the pitch.
A salute also to Coach Jobel for his contributions to the game, his contributions to the national team. A salute to Army and the Air Force again. Yung nasabi natin, with the way they kept Philippine football alive even during the tough years. Nung di pa sikat yung national teams, they were there. They were competing in tournaments, contributing to grassroots programs. As here is a double change or double substitution. Papasok sila Joven Benitez. And there is also Jomar Acedo.
Gear number 31, Roy Bedia. Replacement gear number 10, Jomar Acedo.
Pero kita yung frustration here, unfortunately, for the likes of Roy Kent Bedia and for Ryan Desena.
Oh, both of these players really worked hard the past 90 minutes, no, Claro, na sila yung front and center dun sa atake ni Philippine Army FC. Pero unfortunate na hindi naging successful yung mga plays. But a lot to be proud of for the effort that they put into their team. Philippine Army FC, and really at just at this point of the match, it is better for Coach Nestorio Margarce to switch them with players with fresher legs that can hopefully make a difference in the last 5 minutes of this match.
And they'll try to close out strong, of course. But so far, or with what we see with the limited time, it's an impending win for the Airmen. And if the Airmen secure this result, magiging back-to-back clean sheets ito. And it will also become their third clean sheet. Because there was another nasty collision, a straight red dito kay John Celis. Pleading his case. Ramdam din natin yung reaction ng mga tao sa grandstand. A tough blow here, well, we could say. Sabi nga natin kanina, impending na yung result. Final score na lang ifa-finalize. Pero ito, down to 10 men ang Army.
An unfortunate challenge. Let's watch it here again.
Sorry, pero speechless tayo. Medyo speechless. Here's another angle though. Pero the red card nga si John Celis. He will miss the next game.
I'm not quite sure, Claro, if the action was from the initial challenge where he did raise his boot up, or if it was the second play where he was hit and kicked by number 5 of Air Force FC.
So, mukhang studs up daw based sa feedback nga natin, no? But it has been a physical game. If we will just get an update with the number of cards given sa dalawang koponan dito. So far, I am seeing 3 yellow cards. All for Air Force. At isang straight red dito para sa Army. Medyo bihira ang straight red, di ba, Cam? In the sport of football.
Yung mahirap sa straight red, Claro, it would mean that the player cannot play this match but also the next one. So technically, John Celis is finished, has finished all his minutes for the Philippine Football League of 2024, and it is an unfortunate exit because he was that player who could have been that difference maker at the start with a possible goal attempt for Philippine Army FC in the 15th minute of the first half.
At may isa pang yellow card just after our tally there. It may have been at Ago Ariola with the way he was chatting the ref, or possibly kay Yok Besite, yung team captain, was standing up. Siguro hindi pa sila, medyo inis sila sa decision na yun, right?
And that's what you expect from your leaders, na poprotektahan talaga nila yung mga teammates nila. So unfortunate, but again, another adversity that Philippine Army needs to face towards the end because we do have 2 minutes left of this match.
So kay Yok Besite ang yellow. My question, Cam, na-red card ka ba ever in your career?
Wala pa, thankfully.
Wala pa. Wow, a very clean record.
Yes.
Okay.
Hanggang double yellow lang. Pero
Okay, hindi straight red.
walang straight red.
Okay, I wonder kung straight red na yung head statistician natin, who's also a player, right, at the UAP level, na si Enzo Lucindo. Hindi pa raw na straight red. Okay.
Meron pa naman siyang years in the UAP. Hopefully, it doesn't add up.
At mawawala yung clean sheet sa career niya. Based on cards. Of course. Grabe, an action-packed game. A total of 5 cards given. But this one, this result done and dusted, we could say already. Aangat ang Philippine Air Force in the standings. Yok Besite, desperate. Ago Ariola, taking it. Pero nandun ang depensa.
Army here looking to have that consolation goal because again they have been working hard for the past 90 minutes and you can't help but root for them also to hopefully have just one of their many attacks pan out for them.
Kita nga natin, ang daming bantay doon kay Ago Ariola. Tapos nandun din sila, Coach Jobel Bermeo just standing in the way. No fear, putting their body in the line.
Siyempre, when you go up against the likes of Ariola, na top striker, kailangan bantayan mo talaga ang player na tulad niya.
And it's offside again here. We've seen a number. Siyam ang offside. Offsides for Philippine Air Force. 2 for the Troopers. And there you go. This game done and dusted. Yan na ang full-time whistle natin. 1 goal from the first half dito para sa Airmen. Another one to follow up. Nakuha nila ang insurance goal. And they used their hard-nosed play. Air Force and Army matching each other in intensity, physicality. But the Airmen put it away. Mukhang sila yung lamang sa target practice, no? Sa itong rivalry match between the military teams. What a game, Cam. What do you have to say?
As expected, the match intensity was going to be level. And we did see that, you know, at the start of the first and second half, patas-patas ang possession, ang opportunities in front of the goal for both the Army FC team and the Air Force team. Alam nga natin na ito ang pinakahihintay na labanan nila ng dalawang koponan na ito na magkalaban ang isa't isa because they are familiar with each other. They are two of the teams who have a lot of heritage here in the Philippine team, Philippine Football League. But again, both level in terms of total shots on goal, with Philippine Air Force with 9 total shots on goal and Philippine Army FC with 10 shots on goal. But Philippine Air Force, sila ang nagpakita ng composure, sila ang nagpakita ng accuracy in front of the goal because 2 of their 3 shots on target resulted to a goal, and that is a statistic that Coach Erwin Oro can be proud of. He entered this match knowing that his team needed physicality and discipline, and at the same time, showing what they can do as a team because they have their leaders here present watching them. So I'm sure this is a result that Coach Erwin Oro is to be proud of. At the same time, the whole Philippine Air Force team.
Hindi lang daw yung leaders, yung mga general. General, right? Sila yung mga boss dito ng mga players. And a big thank you, of course, to the generals of the 2 branches of the military here for supporting local football. And we have this great sign of sportsmanship. Kita natin, shake hands at the end of the day. But they were not friends for 90 minutes, no?
Yes, as we could see, Philippine Army really fought till the end, as well as Philippine Air Force. Philippine Army, even though they had 0 goals right now, they had a lot of possession, 54% at the end of the match, and 10 total shots on goal with 4 on target. But unfortunate for them to end this derby in this way. But still, grabe yung effort nila, grabe yung character na pinakita nila till the end, na sabi nga ni Coach Nestorio Margarce, ang importante sa kanya ay sumubok hanggang dulo, at yun ang ginawa ng Philippine Army FC.
Unfortunately, Philippine Army FC, yung troopers went down. But they went down fighting, as we say. Pinapakita yung puso, right? That you guys also mentioned in the national team. As we are just setting things up para sa ating moment man of the match interview, of course. Pitchside reporter Malia Cesar will be bringing in our man of the match in a bit. They're just preparing at the back. Yan ang goal scores nga natin ulit. Si Lecoto joining coming at the right time. In confidence earlier, sabi ni Coach Erwin Oro, si Lecoto ang sagot. He is that man who will be supporting the De La Yarte brothers because we saw they were the 2 men in the attack sa mga recent games. As we will take it pitch side to Malia Cesar with our moment man of the match.
I'm here with man of the match, number 17, Jed De La Riarte from Air Force FC. You had 1 selfless goal in the first half to put your team up, and then 1 top-notch goal in the second half to seal the game. What are your thoughts and feelings after winning against your arch rivals?
Masaya po yung feelings ko kasi nanalo po kami against sa AFP rival po namin. Thank you.
What did Coach Oro say during halftime to give you the strength and the confidence to finish the game strong?
Ang sinabi niya po sa amin nung halftime is wag daw kaming tumigil, na mag-score pa daw kami ulit, tsaka wag naming ibigay sa kalaban yung panalo na ito. Thank you.
And do you have any message for your friends and family after this game?
Ang maraming salamat sa family ko, sa friends ko na sumusuporta sa Air Force Football Club. Salamat.
Thank you, Jed.
There you go, our moment man of the match, si Jed De La Yarte. And he just bagged his 6th goal of the season, right? But this match day is far from being done and dusted. We still have our matchup between Maharlika Taguig FC and Menjola FC, 1991. Arch rivals, established PFL teams who are going to go at it. We've also seen them give their all. But that does it for this match. A big thank you in behalf of Direk Koyo Panko, our cameramen, producers, floor directors, technical crew. This was Clara Manzano, your commentator for this match, alongside Cam Rodriguez, also with pitchside reporter Malia Cesar. Thank you very much for joining. At it ends Philippine Air Force 2, Philippine Army FC 0. But we'll see you in the next game, as we always say.